Welcome. This is Barry Jones from the Angel School, and we're here for our weekly angel reading for March 19th through the 25th, 2018. So let's just take a moment to take a deep breath. And the angels want you to allow yourself to sort of see beyond where you are, like where you're feeling you're stuck. They want to help you to get beyond that focus point of I'm stuck. I'm stuck. What do I do next? And they want you to open your heart in this meditation to the signs that are pointing you to the bigger picture. So they started off with my symbol for the big picture, which is when they show me a movie screen. And actually, this screen was not inside of a theater. It's interesting. I can tell the difference, and I'm only noticing it right now because I saw the. This was an outdoor movie screen, like in a drive-in. So they want you to see the bigger picture, and the bigger picture must be sort of external. So I don't want to say that anything they're ever directing you, the angels, um, towards to pay attention to things sort of outside of yourself. But and we have these pigeons making a lot of noise right now. Don't know what that's about, but it's about they want you to pay attention to the to the they want you to pay attention to the bigger picture. I think the sense I'm getting it's about the broader sense of our planet, of humanity, etc. It's that bigger picture that's sort of beyond just any one individual, but it points towards it's an inclusive bigger picture, and I think that's why it's sort of this outdoor movie theater kind of thing, the bigger picture. So there's something that's going on that right now where it's a lot more going on than just what's happening in our own lives, but there's possibly a way in which you are able to contribute or to be a part of that bigger picture, that bigger movement that's occurring right now for all of us on the planet. And so if you can get beyond like where you are stuck and recognize that you're not stuck alone. The feeling that you're stuck, this is not something that you share all by yourself. um, and so some of the things that are going on then, this is important especially for those of you who are highly sensitive and you're feeling everything, and or you just feel a lot and you may be thinking, I'm just feeling so much in it. I feel trapped, and you're thinking it's about you. You're thinking that what you're feeling is this burden that you have to bear alone, and that it's all about you. Everything is personal, and it's not. It's interpersonal. I don't, for lack of a better word, it's what you're aware. You're feeling a lot that's going on because right now your purpose and how you work through and approach everything really is going to have this unseen effect on the wider spectrum of our planet, our all of us as humans living here. So just know that you're not going through this alone. What's coming up for you right now is something that is shared, and they wrote the word high, and I felt like it was high priest, or high priestess rather, and I saw someone resting in sort of a window, and it gives me a sense of needing to go within. I'm seeing words like judgment, so you're to let go of any judgments, to listen. They're writing the word listen, to spend time to go within, to meditate, to um, gather the the information. I feel like the angels are trying to communicate with you through your dreams, and some of you may be having some really intense dreams, and they're writing assignments. They're giving you assignments in those dreams. Okay, they're helping you to connect with your assignments, your divine assignments right now, through your dreams, and they are reminding you of gifts. So also some of your gifts are being awakened during your dream time. So don't dismiss your dreams right now. This is really important for you to pay attention to your dreams. Um, they're saying don't dismiss them. I don't know why they wrote the word laugh, but they want you to, they keep repeating it. So they don't want you to laugh it off, is the thing I'm sensing about it as well. Um, you know, don't, but also they want you to have a sense of humor about the dreams, because some of you are probably going, me, not possible. So don't dismiss it, and don't, you know, be too serious about this. It's showing me a hammock as well, and the word violet. So I'm thinking there's the violet flame. In your meditations, or any time that you get a chance to relax, I feel like they really want you to relax, to balance out some of the energy. They're wanting you to work with the violet flame, and they wrote the word off. For some of you who are maybe feeling off a little bit, you're feeling like your energy is just not. You're not feeling like yourself. You're not feeling energized. You're maybe feeling a little bit drained, and it's because you've been motoring along, and you've been, you know, taking everything personally. You've been engaging everything. It's like everything has to do with you, and you know it's setting you off, or it's creating anxiety or frustrations. And Archangel Raphael is coming through, and you know he's wanting you to take care of your body, to take care of your health, to make this a priority, because you've been neglecting your health and yourself as a priority, because you are so focused on all the changes. It's writing fives out in front of me right now. And it's like you're so focused on all the changes, and you're letting the changes that you're noticing really amplify stress for you and tension. These are things that you really can't do anything about when change is happening, not when change is being addressed, or um, sort of given to you to consider. But once change is actually happening, you need to you need to relax. Okay, you need to back off. You need to take your hands off the controls and just let it happen, because it's going to, the momentum is already in place. And no matter if it's scary because it seems like it's not going to be a good ending, or if it's scary because you're not sure if you're ready for this happy ending, it doesn't matter what it looks like. Okay? Because things have to fall apart in order to fall together. Things have to fall apart in order to fall together. And I think I saw that on a picture one time, with a butterfly, blue butterfly, beautiful shades of blue, and it had this quote there, and it's so true. You know, transformation is it's about that, things falling apart so that the things can fall together in the best way for you. And so you have to allow it. You cannot get in the way and insert your resistance, insert your opinion or your wishes. It's This is your prayer change. When you're witnessing change in its process, in its movement, you're witnessing your prayers in motion. You're witnessing your prayers in motion. So that means that you don't need to do anything, because you've already been heard, and you know you've been heard when you see it happening. So you may feel stuck because you are afraid. Well, that's a whole different ball game. I'm afraid. I feel stuck. I don't know what to do. I have no control. That's not the same as your prayers, you're waiting for your prayers to be answered. When you see change happen that you don't like just because you're afraid of either possibility, um, that that doesn't mean that your prayers haven't been heard. Your prayers have been heard, and when you see change, your prayers are being heard. They've been heard, and now they're being carried out. And what you need to do is relax. You need to stay out of the way. You need to listen. You need to um, you need to go within, pray for strength, if anything. Pray for faith to guide you. And it's interesting, the card, when I pulled the Archangel card, I saw this angel number, 255. And when I pulled the other cards, I'll show that to you later when we get to them, I saw 269. So the message says for 255, trust that the change you are experiencing is for the best because it is. Oh my goodness. So it's just what we were just talking about. So trust that change, I don't know why I keep splattering all my words today. Trust that the change you are experiencing is for the best because it is. Just say that again and sort of meditate with that. Trust that the change you are experiencing is for the best because it is. Maybe I'm having trouble with that because we're all having trouble with the trust part, right? And we're getting stuck. I keep getting stuck between trust and change. And you have to trust change. Change is the answer to your prayer. So it's for the best. It may not be what you would have orchestrated in your mind, but it's the best way for you to receive it, what it is you're wanting. So that's why you need to relax and trust, knowing that if you were like sort of brought into the meeting where God and the angels in heaven is sitting around and saying, okay, this is how we're going to do it. No, because she won't like it this way. No, okay. So when they find it, you would get in the way and you would just be like, no, don't do it that way, please, because I have this and I have this coming up and I have this. And it's like, then if they listened to you and they included you in the meeting, nothing would happen because would have all of these things that you have coming up that it just wouldn't be the right time. Don't you see why change is so disruptive? Because you would never make time for it. You couldn't schedule it in. And I say you, I mean all of us, because I'm no better than you. I'm just channeling this information right now and hearing it for the first time, and I always feel like I'm talking to myself. But I'm talking to you because that's what I'm here to do. But we all struggle with this, and so it's just that thing. But the good news is that change is a product of your prayers. It's a product. It's a result. Well, it's not the result, but it's the motion of the results of what you are truly desiring. The universe has sifted through all of the stuff, okay, that is inconsistent. So, this is also beautiful to hear. So, because we're not consistent, in our prayers and our focus. This is a word I saw too. That we're not consistent in our focus. And luckily for you and I, the universe has a system where it is able to sift through and weed out the inconsistencies and focus on what is consistent. So that still means that you get what you are focused upon. So within that inconsistency of how you focus somehow consistently. And they are able to pull that out and then bring that to you. So you don't need to worry about the nitty-gritty pickiness of your thoughts. And am I doing okay today? Am I not doing okay today? You don't have to get all bogged down in that because they get that part too. They know we're human and they know how we work. So they sift through and they find the consistency. What you just want to try to do is focus on what you want as much as you are able. And then when you don't get it right all the time, when you lose your temper, when you lose your focus, when you become, overwhelmed and you become offended or you take things personal or you get distracted, don't worry about those moments because they're like blips in the timeline. But the consistent, your desire, your intention to want to fulfill something is what will be heard because that will always be stronger than your mistakes. Because it is the light that is behind your desires, whoopsie, is stronger than any of our mistakes. That's why they don't matter to God. They don't alter the love of God because God is focused on the consistency of the way you direct your light. And even if you're directing it into something that's not right for you, all the while you feel that. You know you're not doing that which is right for you because your soul, your inner being won't allow you to be content. And so therefore, in that discontent, you are also offering that which would bring you contentment. And so you are constantly, I just saw them write out the word parlaying. You are constantly speaking with the angels, with God, with the universe, that which you truly desire. Even though you may not always be acting and focusing in a certain way. So that's why it's always created what you truly want and what you're focused upon that you may not want. They all are there, and and it is always the option for you to choose through your focus and attention what it is that you truly desire. You are never that you said you're never too late. I'm hearing it's never too late to align with what is true for you. Never too late. Never, never, never. Okay? So let's take a look at we have the card come back again this week. The Archangel Jeremiel, the life review card. And we say that Archangel Jeremiel is sort of like the psychologist archangel. So he can really help you to kind of figure out what's going on from a higher perspective. So it's like spiritual counseling where you don't get into blame and looking for who did what wrong, and if we're not going to look for who else did wrong, we're not going to look for what you did wrong either. But what it's going to show you, it's going to show you what you're doing in the light of what you truly want, so that you can see it in contrast and make that choice, affirm the choice of your soul, your heart, or your higher self, and have a sort of a quick transformation instead of getting in blame and just getting stuck in the blame. Once you blame and you go back to look for blame for you or someone else, you get stuck in that story again. It's like being drawn into a time warp. You travel back. And the angels don't want you to do that in your life review process. They don't want you to travel backwards, okay? For some reason right now they're holding up a money bag in front of me. And I'm reminded of some words that I saw in the beginning of the meditation. I was seeing job. So I don't know why this is coming up right at this moment, but some, if you're someone, I saw the word India too, like someone in India who's been looking for a job, and you've been looking for, I guess, this big money bag for something that pays more money. So I'm trying to see what they're trying to say about this, but there's progress. Okay, is the word I'm seeing, and I remember it was because I saw the word professional as well, and I'm seeing it again. Okay, so this is like a professional opportunity, and it could be one of two things. I saw a job. So, but I'm also feeling like this could be something else. It could be someone else too, or the situation may be a combination. I'm not sure, but wherein you're making progress if it's a job search, or you're making progress in your current situation, whether it's a career or you have your own business. Like, you're making progress. So, hang in there, so to speak, is sort of what I'm getting about that. All right, but I keep seeing the word perfection. Like, things are being perfected, or they're working out perfectly. You just got to keep um, trusting in what you're doing. So, okay, the card says take inventory of your life. And maybe for this person, and whoever else this relates to, although I'm speaking specifically to someone, but your angels are speaking to everyone, which I can see that most of you get when you write your comments. But it's about taking inventory right now of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that is unbalanced. So, this you may want to look at some things in what you're doing professionally. If you're looking for a job, okay, take a look at whether or not these jobs, are you motivated by the money bag? I mean, we're not judging you if you are, because we all feel that way. But you really want to make sure that this professional career or goal is in alignment. And this is the best time for you to discover that, because you may, and I'm seeing the word leap, and you may be overlooking something in your professional goal that you should be going after, which will just create this leap that you're looking for in terms of your finances and just being really satisfied and fulfilled and having room to grow and opportunities to shine, and be in the spotlight within this situation. So your perspective I'm saying the word perspective about how you're approaching the job process or interview or your career, if you're in the situation, it may be the thing that's getting in your way, and you just need to, that's creating that imbalance. Okay, and they're writing out paychecks, so like, just don't keep focusing on the paycheck, focus on the bigger picture. I feel like this has to do with that bigger picture we're talking about. Does your role, are you focusing, and I'm going to use this word selfish, but I'm not using it in a term of judgment, but are you focusing selfishly? Meaning, are you limiting yourself by just focusing on what you need, in order to succeed, when your success actually depends on what you end up doing for the entire world? And are you choosing a profession that will allow you to be secure, instead of the one that there will be risks involved, because you're expanding your service to really have a huge effect, change across the board for all the rest of us. You know, maybe I don't know if you're a banker or a finance person, and you have a vision that can help many people in your country or around the world reshape, reframe how we think about finances and the economy. So don't hold back. Don't just do this for yourself, because it really isn't. And that's when you're gonna really be happy, and when you're really gonna pull it in. Okay? All right. Wow. Okay, so I'm not sure how that's going to translate to everybody else, but that's what's coming through for right now. So we'll just keep going, and I'm sure this will touch each one of us in very specific ways. All right, let's take a look at the card for. That way we can get a little bit more of this card in, so it'll be there, the message there. Let's take a look at the card for the beginning of the week, and why don't I do? Let me see. There's another card number angel number that I saw. So I'm going to go ahead and show it before. It was 269. And let's see what it says, because I didn't have a chance to look because the visions were coming. All right. Oopla. So it says, 269, you are fully supported and all of your material needs are met as you devote yourself to working on your divine life purpose. You are fully supported and all of your material needs are met as you devote yourself to working on your divine life purpose. So the feeling I'm getting is don't try to don't try to don't try to escape, what you're meant to do. Don't look for that shortcut in order to get to just secure yourself, because what's going to happen is you're going to get stuck and just worrying about securing yourself, and you're never going to feel like you're where you belong. And that can create this sense that a fear around money, which this card represents, because I really feel like this card is you're afraid to change, you're afraid to make moves. People see this card as telling you don't make any moves, and I would say that is because of the energy that you're focused upon. And so this is what is the best advice, because you're afraid of prosperity. You're not embracing it. You're struggling within yourself. You're struggling with your life purpose. And when you're like struggling with your heart, with your soul, with your higher self, I mean, there is no alignment. So this card, therefore, would be accurate in saying this is not the time for you to try anything, because you're not in the right position to be a witness to the change that's working out for you. Now I'm just seeing the word prosperity written here. And so this adjustment that we're doing with the life review is to find balance. It's not that you are ever destitute, because that is an error or a falsehood to the universe itself, which is abundance. And since you are created a spark, an extension of the universe, you are always abundance. But when cards like this show up, it says you don't know who you are. And therefore, you need to take this time to get on board, which is why the vision's about relaxing, let the changes happen. And here we got a number 5, change. So let the changes happen. Relax, get yourself in alignment. This is about getting yourself in alignment, getting right, getting rid of the struggles, getting rid of all the stuff. Don't work at it, don't fight against it, just let it go. If you sit quietly long enough in the most intense stage periods of your life, and you can actually just meditate, everything will calm down, and you won't feel those things that you were feeling afraid of. They won't even register, they won't make sense. They'll be like these thoughts that you see and you knew you were feeling that way, but you won't have a connection to them, because you're now in the flow of ideas that you can now put into action and express, or they're beginning to formulate for you. It depends on how much you are allowing this, how this works. Okay, so the message here is for you to get in alignment. Okay, let some light come through. Don't block the light. Let it shine through. Get your head. That would mean that light coming through like that's because all those clouds up there, and those red, orange clouds. Those chakras and yellows mixing there. Those first 3 chakras. You're struggling with that, and they're creating these clouds, and you got to let that golden light come through. That means clear your mind first, and then you'll know what actions to take. Get outside of your head and let your heart talk to you. All right, let's take a look at the next card. Okay, and this is the Knight of Fire. And, we think of this knight as just being completely, charging in head first, going with his passions, not thinking about the consequences. He's not afraid. And maybe that's where what you need to help get you out of this place, is that you just need to, once you get in that place where you can calm your mind down and you stop all that noise and you stop all that fire, in terms of worrying about money and worrying about um, how others are gonna feel and all this stuff, and give up the control and just go with that clear, crystal clear idea, that spark that just struck you like a meteor, and go with it and run with it, okay, and see what happens. The card says a sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence. Think things through carefully. Okay, so that almost, those things sound like they're contradicting one another. But the sense I'm getting, and we'll see with the next card, is that that you need to go if something comes up and it's related to your passion. Go with it. Just see it through. Don't worry about you know how things are going to unfold. You will know. You have the answers if you are um, if you come alive. If everything about you, your creativity, your imagination spark, your everything is flowing, you will know that this is right for you. But you have to go run with it first, and you'll be able to make the choices along the way, because you always get to make the choices. That's never been taken away from you, and it can't be in the universe. Okay. Let's take a look at the card for the weekend. All right, see? And the wheel. So the thing is that now that's a big change, going from, oh my God, feeling all down and out, and feeling, trapped, and feeling limited in every way, trusting your gut, trusting your passion, your purpose, really letting that mission fuel you, and knowing and trusting that because when your heart flame lights up, when it just goes boom like that, there's no time for you to be afraid or contradicting yourself. That feeling, that click, that's that whoosh, and you just have to go, and then things change in a favorable way for you. And here's that motion. We got the wheel here, so you go from being stagnant, imbalanced, to action, motion here, by the end of the week, and that turns out well for you. And even if this doesn't something specific as you are looking for, remember, focus on the bigger picture. Focus on a service that isn't just about you and securing your life, because if you do that, you'll feel like you're always here. Okay? So this has to do with something that's going to change or make life better for others. Now, I know this sounds really grand, and it makes makes you feel like you're in this impossible position, because how can, in this week, and that's not what's being said, but this is to begin, okay, because we're coming off of a new moon, and so what we're doing is, this is a fresh start to sort of shift the way that because you've been working against the changes. Change is always happening, so it never stops. So when we're not feeling good about change, then we're resisting the prayers that we've asked for, the consistency that we've been focused upon. And when then we are moving, and we feel that alignment, we feel good. It's because we're in alignment with those changes. We're no longer criticizing what's happening. We're being a part of what's happening. We're participating and creating balance. And so, getting back to what I was also trying to say, is that it could be something, the bigger picture. You don't have to, be seen by the whole world to create that bigger picture, to create that bigger change for everyone. It could be something right in your own backyard, in your community, or in a specific, at your job, where you create a healthier environment for others, or an environment where people feel loved and nurtured, and for their ideas. Think about how this translates for you. But it's going to be a positive change for all, as this, and major arcana is about our inner change, but on this higher level too. So I want to read it two ways, that it's going to create this huge shift for you, but it's also going to create that huge shift on the planetary consciousness level, or benefit the world on collectively. All right, so let's take a look at the card for I already pulled from underneath the deck. And this is interesting too, this card to come with this, because this card usually shows a person looking at the globe, right? And so they have this connection. Oh yeah, I forgot. Where they're able to visualize. So it's like some people call this the partnership card, meaning that you're connecting with who you are and your place in this world. So you're ready to start your fulfill your soul contract. Okay, in terms of you're recognizing your place in this world, and that's that soul contract that some people refer to. But your soul contract is very simple. It's to share the gifts that you have and to be happy and to bring that prosperity to others. It can translate in as many ways as your individual heart is impassioned, but don't get all prickly stickly about this and go, oh my God, no, and make a big issue out of it. Just go with your heart. Don't don't just and don't try to keep focusing on years from now where you're headed. Just fulfill your heart in this moment today. So if you can't think that far ahead, then in this moment, right where I'm standing right now, I'm recognizing that I am this very extraordinary divine sentient being, and I have these wonderful people in front of me, or whoever they may be, or I'm in this situation right now, and I can channel those gifts of love, of healing, of peace, of comfort, by sharing my solutions or my insights or my opinions. I can bring to this situation something that will benefit all of us. It could be as simple as that. Start in the moment. And as you start in the moment, you begin to build a basis for what will eventually unfold into an idea that will carry you on this greater journey that's more specific, and and how it's reaching out. So it could be community, or it could be from world wide range of outreach that you end up becomes your mission. But the thing is, start in each moment. You're I don't care if you're standing in the grocery store right now, if you're standing in the on a sidewalk, or if you're standing in a classroom, or if you're a police officer standing on the, patrolling the street, if you're a fireman, whatever it is you do, if you're a secretary in a desk, if you're a librarian in a library, if you're a preacher in the church, if you're an acolyte in the church, if you're whatever, if you're a stay-at-home dad or mom, or if you work from your home on a computer and telemarketing, whatever it is you do, you can bring peace to others. You can allow others to feel that they are heard and loved and understood by the way that you focus in that moment, and by being fully present. The thing is that we're not often very present. We're thinking about all kinds of things, and where I could be doing this, and when is this person going to stop talking, blah blah blah. We're never really taking in that everything isn't shaped around your plans. It's like somebody could be rambling, like I'm rambling in front of you right now, and you could be saying, "Oh, I want this guy to stop talking. Like, why does he talk so much?" And the thing about it is because you're not recognizing that the universe is talking to you, and your higher self is talking to you, and wanting you to hear and get that point until it clicks. Then the universe is like, "Okay, you're done." But we're often in front of people, and we're thinking like that they're doing something to us, like they're not, like they're wasting our time, and they're not wasting your time. If you would pay attention and be present, it would go, in your terms, quicker, meaning you would receive what you need and you would be grateful and blessed and move on. You know what I'm trying to say? So just be aware of that. And this week, this whole life review, they're encouraging you to listen. They're encouraging you to relax. Okay? Listen, relax, allow to notice the changes that are in motion. You know, don't always be focused on the changes that you want to happen, especially when changes are happening. And then you, because they're happening not to the way you're imagining them, that what you want to happen, that you are fighting against them, and then you just exacerbate your confusion, your anxiety, and your stress. So embrace them, embrace what is happening, and be thankful and trust that those changes are for the best. Okay? So I send you lots of love and angel blessings, and I thank you for being present every week with all of us, because I call in everyone's higher self, and that is who is speaking through me collectively. Are in this vibrational language, this energy of information is downloaded, and you're hearing yourself. So that's really important. That's why so many of you think that it feels like I am speaking to you, but it is really you who is speaking to you, or that capital U is speaking to you. So I thank you for your comments. I've been reading your comments and appreciate them here on YouTube, as well as on my Facebook page for the daily card messages. So if you haven't gone there yet, there's a link below where we do the daily card messages Monday through Friday. Thank you all for I almost forgot, your birthday wishes, because I'm recording this right now before my birthday, because I couldn't do it on the day of my birthday, which is when I usually record them on Saturday. But I thank you for all of the birthday wishes that you have written, and all the blessings that you have sent along with them. You always make magical things happen in my life when you do that, so I'm most appreciative of them. Every time when my mom died, or any particular time that you all start doing that, I see a lot of things happen. And that should just go to show you, even that simple gesture, it's more than a gesture, but I'm trying to think right now, but it creates magic for people. It really literally does create healing. It creates the intention. And if we spent more time praying and wishing for people in the world every day, if we took time to stop worrying about ourselves and pray for other people, you would bless you and them at the same time. Because once you get yourself out of that stuck place of your mind and you give for others, you are no longer there. You are uplifted out of. That's how you uplift yourself, is by praying for others. That's what they mean about this bigger picture. Isn't that amazing? So we finally got the answer that we were looking for to all of this. So instead of worrying, don't just pray for you when you're worried, because you can't pray for you because you're upset. You're already in your stuff. Pray for other people. Start blessing people all over. And I've never thought of this. This is all coming collectively from our higher selves right now. So pray for the world. Pray for other people. Start blessing them. Just go on and go on. Every time you take a moment, every time you're worried, and see what happens. Because I'm telling you, I've been the recipient of what you've done, and it is powerful. It is amazing. The gifts that come, it'll come from other places, and all kinds of things will happen in my life when you do that. So if I'm a witness of this and I've seen it, then do it. And continue to do it for the world, and see what should happen to you if you do this all the time. Because this now becomes the consistency of your vibration, which is to exercise, to send out your love, your divine love, and the gifts and the magical gifts out into the world. All right, so if you're looking for an angel reading, feel free to contact me at theangelschool.com, which you can find in the description link below. And I'll see you next week. God bless you all.